So my name is Catherine Lee. Most people call me Katy. I'm 15 years old and I'm a student in high school. So one of my big projects that I previously made is actually, I'm wearing a shirt for it. It's Rainbow Skies and it's actually a LED umbrella, and so someone can actually take it out into the rain, and it has a rechargeable battery with a microcontroller, and it's a really fun thing to have with you. I've turned it into like a costume, so I was a jellyfish, and I've also used it for things just for being safer as pedestrians. They would like to be more visible to drivers because when it's rainy it's also very dark, and this way drivers can see someone walking around with this big LED umbrella rather than someone who's just walking with a plain umbrella. Well, when I was making my umbrella, I started making different versions. So one version I made actually had a light sensor, so if you held it up to like my shirt, or it would turn like a darkish color, the lights. It usually detected more basic colors like blue or red, which is something I later found out. I also tried using an accelerometer, where if you move the umbrella like this way or that way, then the lights will change to a different pattern. But when I was doing that, I realized that my computer and the code, they weren't really working together, so I had to figure out a different way to upload the code onto my microcontroller. Actually, I've grown up in a very non-engineering household, which I'm totally okay with, and it kind of gave me a different way and a different outlook. But I was introduced to computer science about 4 years ago, and I learned the HTML and CSS, the basic websites, and I fell in love with it. I really enjoyed learning that, and from there on I started taking classes, and that when I started doing an engineering and entrepreneurship course, I learned how making and the world of making worked, and that's how I developed my first project, which was my umbrella. And right now it's one of the most important things to me in life because I've done so much from it and I've learned so much that I don't think I would be able to learn from anywhere else. A makerspace is something I think would be really beneficial to spread the word more about making. I didn't know anything about it until I started taking classes, and this exposure to making has really made a big impact on my life and what direction of life I was going towards. And so creating a makerspace where I can introduce more people to making. For example, I've taken some of my friends to the makerspace and they've really enjoyed it, and they didn't really have any interest in it before, but now they're more interested and they want to learn more, and for me that's a win because I was able to introduce one more person to making. To create a makerspace of your own, you want to really try and build a community. The reason why Kinton and I have been able to start up so fast and have all these materials and supplies is because of the people that we've met or the people that we know, and they've been supporting us every step of the way. They've been helping us by just donating supplies that they have or that they don't need, or when we meet people at maker fairs or festivals, they donate money because they support our idea and what we're doing, and that has really brought us to where we are today. So I'm almost completed with my first year of high school, and through this first year of high school, in the beginning of the year, I joined a club called Girls Who Code, and we're an organization that teaches girls how to code, or if they already know how to code, how to use this knowledge to help impact the world and kind of close the gender gap. And for me, it's been a cool learning experience to meet other girls at my high school who are interested in programming, and I'm actually going to be an officer next year so I can make an even bigger impact and try to change more people's minds about what a girl can do and what a girl can't. After high school, I would like to go to college, specifically related to computer science or business, somewhere in between there. That's something I've been really interested in, and something from being able to found a makerspace has really helped because I've seen how a business needs to be run, and I know how much hard work it takes and how much time it takes, and that for me is something I've enjoyed learning from, and hopefully in a college environment I can learn more. A word of encouragement would be that you can totally do it. It's totally possible, and you are not alone. You will always have help. You don't need to do this by yourself. It's a really big thing to be able to know that you can reach out to other people and ask for help. People are not out to get you, and they will help you however much they can to help you succeed because they want to see you succeed. So don't try and do it all yourself, because you can't do it by yourself, but you can do it with a group of people supporting you. Honestly, anyone can be a part of the maker movement. They can help out any way they can. It's totally learner friendly. You can just learn, take a class, go online. There's plenty of information online, or don't give up, really. It's not as hard as you think. The first step is always the hardest, but after that, you can get there.